Hello, my name is Joshua Garcia, and today I will be presenting on my career interview with a bank president. Did you know that banks in the US were first established in 1781 by Alexander Hamilton? Today, there are over 4,000 commercial banks, which consist of over 70,000 branches nationwide. Today, I will be discussing the day in the life, salary, experience needed, and some other interesting facts about a bank president and this career in banking. I was fortunate enough to be able to sit down and interview Reed Stoltz, who is the bank president for the Bank of San Angelo. He has been in banking for 23 years, and he initially got an agricultural science degree from A&M. Reed started at Crockett National Bank as a personal banker opening customers' accounts and then transitioned to be a credit analyst helping out on loans. From there, he moved to Bank of San Angelo to become a loan officer, and then moved up to become an executive vice president, and finally moved up to bank the bank president position, which he has been in that role for the last 4 years. Going over his average day, banks typically open from 9 to 5, and Reed will get there a little bit after 8 to start looking over some of the bank's financial reports. He will then check in with his employees in the bank before heading into some morning meetings with senior management of the bank. After that, he will then go over some loans that are incoming and check potential loans that are being finalized, while being able to make sure that he greets and builds relationship with customers who enter the bank. Moving on to some pros and cons of the job, Rita shared with me that a pro is the time off that is accrued while working at the bank, the 401k health insurance, and also that as a bank president, you receive some shares of the bank, um, which is extra income when the bank performs well. Also, a pro is the relationship building aspect and the serving of the community by going out to events and talking and sharing his banking knowledge. A con would be that he's responsible for how well the bank performs and grows, and trying to organize and manage his time. And then also that he is the one who hires, and then also, has to then fire employees as well. Going over the wide scope of this job in the US, the average salary can vary greatly depending on the size of the bank you work for. But for a bank president, they typically make around 150,000 to 250,000, and this comes with health insurance, retirement plans, vacation, federal holidays off, and that such. Moving on to some degrees required for this position, according to Gaurav Sharma, who wrote Best Degrees, Majors, and Courses for Bankers by Day website in 2024, he stated, a degree in finance, economics, or accounting are the best majors to pursue to get into banking. To enter the banking industry, the job opportunities to pursue would be a loan officer. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, who wrote on the Occupational Outlook Handbook in 2023, stated that there were over 350,000 jobs available for a loan officer in 2022 in the U.S. From there, from the loan officer position, you will then transition to a vice president, to executive vice president, and then finally the president and or director of the bank. What I learned about this career after my interview and some research is that no bank is the same, that you could work for a small community bank dealing with rural like farmers and small businesses, all the way up to like a metropolitan area dealing with larger companies and even tech companies, and then the mid-sized banks is kind of like an in-between. Another thing that I learned is that networking is very important, and to get introduced to as many bankers as possible, since you never know who can have an impact or a job opportunity potentially for you. Also, that these bankers enjoy talking to people and that they often attend many events in the community and will welcome any questions that you may have for them. On to my next steps to enter and excel in the banking career. I plan to enter into the banking program here at Angelo State, and then I plan to then get into an internship program at a bank and get my foot in the door and start building experience in banking. Lastly, would be to network and continue to meet all the different bankers that are here in San Angelo. To conclude on my presentation, I am excited to see what the banking industry world has to offer, and now that I know how an exciting career it could be, that I'm able to intertwine my business knowledge with also the relationship building aspect and the communication building skills and all of that coming together. It is an exciting and constantly changing career that seems very promising. Thank you for listening to my presentation over the banking career.